VidCon decide last minute not to make me a featured creator? But they decided it would be better if they banned me from their event for life.
And they were, you know, doing a lot of shady things to YouTubers.
But every year you guys do everything in your power to make it hell for me. But only after I promote the shit out of your event, and don't you think that's fucked up?
She wanted to create her version of VidCon, but better.
I would love to make this shit bigger, better, and freer than VidCon.
And then when that video went out, a lot of YouTubers started tweeting about it and kind of like siding with her. Like a lot of YouTubers were like, yeah, we agree, Team Tana.
And reportedly there are already 80 confirmed creators to attend. You have Miranda Sings, Ricky Dillon, Casey Neistat, Bella Thorne.
It was pretty crazy because Tana's one of those people where she's very polarizing. A lot of people don't like her. A lot of people think she's a mess, like they don't trust her. They think she's lying a lot. But for some reason, this specific thing, everybody was like, I'm on Team Tana.
Personally, I hope it does well because the success of others and people being more independent in this community leads to more success for others being independent in this community.
So then TanaCon became a reality. She was planning a convention the same weekend as VidCon.
It starts tomorrow at the same time VidCon is happening.
Right down the street from VidCon. Literally within walking distance. And this convention she was saying was going to be free or have really cheap VIP tickets.
And I would love to meet you guys for free and cause a ruckus for
and all your favorite creators were gonna be there. Now she texted me and she was like, hey, I totally understand if you don't want to come, but like it would mean the world to me if you did. And I said yes. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I was literally at the first VidCon back in 2009 or 2010.
Hey, Shira Lazar coming to you backstage at VidCon with Shane Dawson. How was it? Because this is the first ever VidCon conference of its kind.
When it was just 1,000 people, and it was a few YouTubers, and it was really small, and I was there in my fucking ugly vest and straightened hair.
So awesome, Shane Dawson's here. Can you sign my book, please?
Of course, yeah.
And I did that because the Green brothers, you know, asked me to do it, and they wanted me to support them, and I did. So that's why I decided to go to TanaCon, because I wanted to support Tana. She was trying something new, and I was like, you know what? I hate conventions. I haven't been to VidCon forever. I fucking hate this shit, but let's do it. So I didn't really do much research on anything. I didn't really know anything going into it, except for the fact that, like, my face was on the list of people next to Bella Thorne. I don't know. And I was gonna do a meet and greet. I was like, all right, sounds good. Like, this wasn't my convention, okay? I wasn't a part of the planning. I wasn't a part of anything except for the fact that I was like, sure, I'll come. Which now, in retrospect, is the worst decision I think I've ever made.
She created her own event called TanaCon, and it got shut down today.
Not only was TanaCon a failure, but it was a safety hazard.
In here, I need everybody to move and clear this out because we have the paramedics coming in.
Everyone is in this hot parking lot with no bathrooms, no water, no food.
I know you've been standing in the hot sun. I know you need water. I know you guys need food.
It caused riots.
Why are we causing a riot?
Please do not steal the badges.
It caused so many thousands of people to get sunburns, like third-degree burns on their bodies.
We were in line for almost 5 hours.
As you can see, I am burnt. Actually, this hurts.
People were passing out. Nobody was even getting into the convention center. The convention center wasn't even a convention center. It was a hotel lobby the size of a Chipotle, and they were acting like they could fit 5,000 people in there, which is crazy.
Check-in line. This is crazy.
You were there too.
What? So you end up right here, but you start way back here.
And then of course it was canceled.
Okay, what's happening?
I don't know. They canceled it because there's way too many people.
There was a lot of drama involving that. I mean, you had James Charles going on a Twitter rant. I was with him when he was ranting, and I mean, I know he was getting a lot of shit for it, but I agreed with everything he was saying. This was a mess. It was a mess. Tana wasn't taking accountability. She wasn't returning anybody's phone calls or texts. Her team was being confused and like not helping either. Everything about this was Titanic. Like, everything.
Women and children first.
All right, boys, like the captain said, nice and cheery, so there's no panic.
Gentlemen, please.
Wedding dance.
Everybody needs to follow the leader.
Now, It got canceled, thank God. Nobody got seriously hurt. But now we're left in a place where I don't know if anybody's getting refunds. I haven't been able to really talk to anybody. But even more confusing, I've been hearing some crazy theories that maybe all of this was planned to fail. It sounds crazy, but why else would they have a hotel lobby where it says on the website it fits 1,000 people? Why would they sell 5,000 tickets? Also, in all the videos of people at TanaCon, everybody purchased tickets, everybody.
Featured fucking creator badge. I have not seen a single other badge. Have you guys seen any people that claim they got free passes or anything? No.
She said that there were separate lines for VIP and regular, but whenever I went through the line, there was no difference at all.
Nobody saw anybody with a free ticket, which is the whole thing. Oh, Tana's giving out free tickets.
And I would love to meet you guys for free and cause the ruckus for free.
Where are they? And then the big story was, oh, 20,000 people showed up. And that's why it was canceled, because 20,000 fucking crazy teenagers showed up and ruined everything for everybody.
And well, she expected about 5,000 people to show up. 20,000 people showed up.
I didn't expect 15,000 people to show up. It's nuts.
But then you look at the actual footage, and it does not look like 20,000 people. And everybody that's been there that I've talked to said no, maybe a few thousand, not 20. So then you start to think, okay, what if this whole thing was bullshit? There was no free tickets. What if everybody paid $65 for a ticket?
And freer than VidCon.
And what if 1,000 of them were inside? And then the other 4,000 that paid to be there were outside waiting to get in. But there was literally no room inside. So it wasn't a riot, it wasn't like a bunch of crazy people saying fuck VidCon. It was kids who paid money to be there, standing out in the sun, burning their asses off. Now the reason this makes sense to me is because, number one, who the fuck is Good Times Touring Company? Who is that? I've never heard of them, I don't know what they are. Are they even real? Number two, look at this picture, okay? This is a picture of a group of 20,000 people. This is what it looks like. All right, now this is the supposed 20,000 people that were outside of TanaCon. That's not the same. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Shane, shut up. Why do you care so much? Who cares? It's not your convention. Nobody blames you. Like, get over it, move on. I've heard that from a lot of people on the internet in my life. People are just like, you stop giving so much of a fuck about this. The reason I do, is because I went into this thinking, oh, this is TanaCon. You know, it's gonna be all Tana's fans, and maybe I'll be walking around and it's like, oh, there's the grandpa of YouTube. Oh, that's Shane. Oh, that old guy who does conspiracies. Cool. But like, we're here for Tana. Why would anybody who watches Tana give a fuck about me? I don't know. But when I saw all the footage and I saw all the kids making videos that were there, so many of them said they went there specifically to see me.
We want Shane! We want Shane! Stand down Shane! Stand down Shane! Stand down Shane!
This is some great content right here, bro. This is ShaneCon now.
I mean, there was kids who flew there to see me.
As soon as he announced that he was going, I bought a ticket, and then I was like, oh, now I need a flight, I need a hotel and stuff. Can I afford all of this? No. But I did.
I was like, oh, that's really cool. You know, like, Shane Dawson doesn't really go out to conventions. I spent $2,000 to fly from Hawaii.
Well, and that's another thing. I don't even know if I'll get to meet Shane tomorrow. I paid $1,000 just to be here with my plane ticket and with the hotel.
There were so many people walking around in my picture and in my other merch and with the Illuminati pop sockets. And I think that's when it really hit really close to home. This isn't TanaCon anymore. This is like All of Us Con, and all of these kids were fucked over, and I'm part of that. You know, my face was on the fucking website. I told people come see me, and they got nothing. They literally got fucked.
And I'm gonna say this right now, the main reason why I bought the TanaCon tickets and like begged to go, and like my mom got this for me for my birthday, was because of Shane, because I've been watching him for 10 years, like since I was like literally 12.
And it's been like eating at me. I have been not sleeping. I even was up at like 5 a.m. doing an Instagram live just talking about it because I needed to talk about it and everybody around me was sick of hearing about it. And I'm sick of just people being like, I'll make it better. Like, will you? And I think the main reason I want to really figure this shit out is because I'm mad. I'm mad that all of these people that paid money were lied to, but more importantly, they were disappointed and they thought they were gonna have a really fun, awesome time. Tana made this whole video about, oh, this is gonna be better than VidCon, it's gonna be so much fun, this is for you guys, and like, it was fucking worse than VidCon. It was awful.
This is insane.
If I was Tana, I would be to the point where I wanted to literally move out of the country. That's another thing too. I want to talk to Tana and be like, what the fuck were you thinking? Was this your fault? Whose fault was this? And why haven't you figured out a way to fix it? Because there's only so much tweets can actually do, and somebody needs to pay for it. So
I guess the last thing I want to leave you guys with is a question.
I mean, I think a big part of it too is going to be like the constant weirdness of that guy on the Segway.
Sorry, I was recording.
But the guy, Michael, the guy who was the CEO of whatever Good Times is, I don't even know if that's a real thing. Is it a company? But in all the footage that people have of TanaCon, like all the crazy chaos, the riots, whatever, you just see this guy with like bleach blonde hair and like a Gucci necklace, scarf thing, and he's just like segwaying around the convention. Like, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Do you think he would let us interview him?
Man, that would be crazy.
I mean, he literally, I texted him, I was like, hey, I need to talk to somebody about literally something. And he said, I'm so sad, I invested every penny in this to make this work. I'm gonna lose my house over this. Now I'm thinking like, everybody's blaming him and saying that TanaCon was a nightmare because the people who organized it were scamming everybody. But were they, or was it Tana? Did Tana know? Like, I wanna interview both of them.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. That's crazy.
Right? Like, at the same time.
I didn't even think about that. Oh my god. You're gonna have a...
Because it's not even about like exposing and like drama and tea. It's literally not tea. It's like there's some fucked up shit going on and I want to know what it is, and I'm sick of seeing like public statements about it from like people's Twitters. I want to like hear what the fuck happened. And they're just gonna wait for it to go away. I know that. What company is owned by a 20-year-old guy on a Segway? Like, what is that?
I'll take 3 questions.
3.
Anyways, more importantly, I want to hear from the people that were there. I've already talked to one girl, Caitlin. I saw a video she posted where she was showing her sunburns. She was talking about like how she flew out to meet specifically me and you guys, my friends. So I met up with her. I took a picture with her, and you can see her sunburn in the picture. It's crazy. Like, her whole chest was like...
Yeah, it was crazy.
Literally crazy, right?
Yeah. It makes sense, though. I mean, like, if you're standing outside for 4 hours with the sun just beating on you, with obviously not anticipating that, so you don't have, like, a hat or sunscreen or anything to cover yourself up.
There was these 2 girls that I saw tweeting about this, and they came from Florida. That's another thing. People are like, oh, Shane, calm down. Like, most people were from California. Oh, most people were just from VidCon. Like, no, I think a lot of people flew out here for this. Then, when I got the list, they sent me the list of people that RSVP'd for my specific meet and greet. Most of them were not from California. Most of them are from like Arkansas, Texas, whatever. I also just want to know like what they think should be done. Okay, so they just pulled up. So should we meet them outside? Or I don't know. Okay, I'm nervous. Are they gonna be mad at me?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I put my fucking name on this thing. I'm on the flyer. I'm right next to Bella fucking Thorne and like whoever else. Like, was it partially my fault for not doing my research and being like, oh, what the fuck is this company? Is this even real? I guess I should have thought about that. I don't know. Alright, let's go talk to them.
Hi. Sorry I'm not showered. This is very...
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Morgan's pulling in. She's gonna hit us with her tongue. Here, let's go over here.
So we just wanted to come and meet you. We're from Florida.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hi Morgan. I swear you didn't know we're here. I didn't know.
Welcome to TanaCon! Do you want to go inside? I think you've been standing in the sun.
It's all good. You know, we're used to it. It's okay. We have water this time around.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, I have died.
What is happening?
TanaCon, you didn't know? Or did you not get the email?
I didn't bring enough food for everyone. I'm sorry. They already experienced that.
I swear, we're like...
I'm sorry, I'm just like losing my mind.
Dirty as you imagine.
No. Oh my god. Also, you're so much skinnier in person. Like, I'm.
Welcome to TanaCon.
I meant to say that. Oh my god, that's the window.
That's the window. Yes, that's the window. That's the floor.
Oh my god,
that's the dog hair. That's right there. It's right there. You want a picture back? You want a selfie about the dog hair?
I didn't dog hair. Oh my god, it's so iconic. Oh my god.
Wait, what's iconic?
It's like Morgan just sitting there eating, and then Cheetah was just like.
That's my old conspiracy couch.
Ooh.
It smells in here because that's my pooping bathroom. Let's go out.
Chill. Where was the demon room?
The whole house. That's the Gucci bag. I hide it in the closet because once again I'm humble.
I feel that. Can't relate. Can't relate.
I just realized.
No, go for it. Oh, sunburn too. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't want.
No, go ahead. It's totally fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She might have some too. I don't know.
I mean,
oh my god.
A lot of people were like kind of covering me though, so I wasn't as bad as her. But
people were covering.
Yeah.
Just save her. People were like, she's younger than us.
Oh my god! It's like the war.
It was.
Wait, you're really burnt.
I mean. It was just kind of like, I mean, she was already like dehydrated at that point. Granted, we should have showed up with water and stuff, but we kind of just like.
Should you have though?
No. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Like, I remember there was this one mom walking around. It got so bad to where like some lady was waiting for 8 hours. She was just like, my daughter's been sitting here for hours, and I think they came from Canada or something, and they were just saying like. And the thing is though, like, we felt so bad the whole time knowing that like, we didn't want you guys to think it was on you. We didn't like, and you have no reason to think that, but for the longest time we were just thinking, you know, we can't even imagine what she must be thinking right now. Like, cause honestly, like, I know you said in your video, like, it wasn't TanaCon. We don't want to call it TanaCon. We came for you. Like, so many people came for you. And we were holding on to hope, and we knew as soon as like, I want to say like an hour, and we just knew it wasn't gonna happen. But, I mean, we're trying to hold out, you know. It was one of those things, and we don't want you to be upset. We're here for everybody that was supposed to meet you.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
I wasn't trying to cry or anything. I just don't. I'm like so fucked up over this. I know it seems like, maybe it seems fake or something. I literally haven't slept in so long. I feel so awful. I like thinking about people out in the sun for that long, and like kids, and there's no water, and then you guys are just like thinking like, oh well, at least we're gonna meet some of our favorite YouTubers. At least that's gonna happen, and then that fucking doesn't happen, and you leave burnt. And then here I am, like.
But there was nothing you guys could have done. I mean, we were, you know, of course at the time we were like, you know what, this is so fucked up. Why didn't Tana do something sooner? But it's like, she didn't know anything that was going on. We were fortunate enough after about 5 hours, we made it inside.
You were inside?
We were inside. We got inside.
Yeah.
So
the people behind us.
But the thing is, I can tell you right now, I can verify everything that you said in your video. There was no security, nothing in terms of a bag check. When they would cancel the event, we thought a shooting was going on because we knew that they didn't check our bags.
We're doing our best though to make sure that every single person being let inside was going through a double, triple security pass.
It felt like we were in a conspiracy the entire time. I knew there were not 15,000 additional people there. There was not a chance. We were in the building, we circled around the building, we saw the group that was trying to come in. Those were people that were waiting in line. Those were all the rest of like the 5,000 people that never got in.
We had all 5,000 people inside of TanaCon today.
Wow. They were not 15,000 people.
Yes. 15,000 people. Please imagine like the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
was there a thing where you guys genuinely thought there was like a shooting?
I'm dead serious.
When we went to the front to get water because I was like about to like faint, I literally thought there was like a shooting.
No, they're just over capacity.
The craziest part is the Christina Grimmie thing was like a meet and greet of 30 people. Like, if this truly was even 5,000 people.
Absolutely.
I can't believe something didn't happen.
I agree.
The girl I talked to said people were walking with duffel bags and big backpacks, and nobody was checking them.
They were. And I mentioned to Andrew, you know, that we originally purchased 2 VIP tickets, I want to say like a week or 2 after TanaCon was announced. Those tickets, we never got confirmation on. We were charged it. I still have like the receipts. I emailed the lady. She said, oh, I'm sorry, what was the name reserved under? And it was completely lost to registration. And
oh my God,
yeah,
that's
so
crazy.
it was just a nightmare. I told the girl, I was like, who is running this? And I said, I know it's not that kid that was just on a Segway going around. Like, so who is in charge of this? And she's like, honestly, I don't even really know. I'm just like here working this part. You can ask inside. I was like,
I don't even know. That's what I want to figure out too, is who the fuck was in charge of this.
I still don't know.
Because it wasn't Tana,
No,
obviously.
absolutely.
TanaCon would not be TanaCon if it wasn't for each and every fucking one of you.
Was it the guy on the Segway? It couldn't have been.
I find it hard to believe that because, I mean, this guy's a year older than me, and I mean, I'm not saying I'm high and mighty, but I can't run a convention.
Yeah.
Tana said herself, like, she can't run it herself.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, too, I don't have it saved anymore, but as soon as I try to go back and find those tickets, I had the tab saved, and I refreshed the page, and it literally said, page not found. It said, like, organization or page linked to scams. Like, that's exactly what it said. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating that. I'm being dead serious. I don't have it anymore. It was on my laptop. But it literally said, linked to scam, please revert or over or something. Like, it literally said that. You know, we were under the impression that we were going to be invited to, like, all meetups. Like, we get fast pass for one, but you can go to as many as you want. In the fine print, it said you're not even guaranteed the one.
They said fast passes to meet and greet. Yeah. Not just one meet and greet.
And also, how does a fast pass work if 5,000 people have them?
I think it's bad because they kind of scammed us.
Like, I don't understand what that means. Like,
Tana was told that it could fit 5,000 people. Do you think?
Not a chance. Not a chance. There was, I want to say 200 people where we were. And that was the biggest part of the lobby.
Whoa. But what can I do, what can Tana do to make this up?
I'm gonna be real with you. There's nothing that's gonna make everybody happy. The suggestion that you put out, I think, are the best solution in terms of like making a meetup for those that are local. Clearly, you know, we're speaking on people who aren't local. Some people, we read the comments, she had said, one girl said, come to Egypt. I thought, that is not realistic. I mean, it's horrible, but it's just not realistic. Even just making a video like you are and making these like live streams and making announcements, just you acknowledging the situation was already such a light years ahead of what we.
Yeah, because the whole day after like the first day of TanaCon was like happening, she didn't say one word like on Twitter. And then when you said something, it meant a lot because like no one else was acknowledging the problem except for you.
Questions are just completely being ignored. Everybody's confused, disappointed.
Wait, so you guys, did you guys RSVP for my meetup?
Yeah, we RSVP'd and got to the registration.
Wait, come over here.
O-R-N-I-K. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Did you guys get like the VIP stuff?
Yep, we have the passes and everything.
No, I have my bag.
Oh, do you? I left mine at home.
I just kept anything really.
I mean, it was...
This is like...
I mean, the thing is, at that point, we were just like, you know what? It's something.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, we reached a point of like, you know what? At least we can say we were here.
This literally is, like, this is what they give you at the hospital. Like, to put your, like, shoes in. Feel it. It literally is like, that's not even material. It's like plastic. Let's do an unboxing.
Oh wow, you actually got more than I did.
So I just grabbed them.
Yikes.
I mean, that was... Wow. I just want to do some math really quick. So apparently this is 3 times our ticket price. So this must be an expensive ass condom, which I mean, this Gucci princess, like... okay, this must have been from the Gucci store because Tana would never.
What are these stickers?
I mean, I don't even, you know.
Like that looks like something from the dollar store.
A doll pie.
No tea, but
all the tea. Like
Gucci princess.
I mean,
that's so ironic.
I know.
It's like you guys are all standing out in the heat.
I looked at it, I was like, thank God I'm a Gucci princess. You know, might be dehydrated. Might not have even been 6 hours, but you know what? I'm still queen. It's fine.
Oh fuck! Oh my god! I hope you tweeted that. This condom. I heard that it was like.
I mean, like
really cheap too.
It's like Trojan would never. I mean, I can't.
Oh my god!
Do you think anybody used that and got bricked? Sorry.
I mean, thank God they gave you guys condoms because you guys all got fucked.
I mean,
cheesy.
But it's the truth.
Everybody was without water. There were a few people who actually got 1 bottle of water.
Yeah, they were all sharing.
And it was literally that scene from Victorious where they all took 1 cap full. It was, I'm not even exaggerating.
Tana is gonna go and pretend that she cares about people right now by giving water to the people who couldn't get in because this whole event is canceled for the day.
There were people literally clapping because there was 1 person handing out bottles of water within like every like 100 increments. It's so hard to like think that other people could put other people through that. that if this was truly planned to make it as chaotic as it was, and I hate to think that, to just, you know, get their name out there, get their crowd out there. Any publicity is publicity for them, unfortunately. And that's the first thing that came to mind. It's like, even if it's a bad reputation, it gets their name out there.
You really think that that whole thing, this whole TanaCon thing could have just been like, I didn't even think about that. You think it could have been set up to fail so that it would be like a Twitter moment?
I think so, absolutely. A company is not going to care about one single YouTuber, unfortunately, and Tana was the face of this. Tana was the one that took the fall initially, if you think about it. They didn't come for the organization first, they came for Tana first. Tana's not the person to blame here, it's the company. And that's when people, I think, started questioning it. They're not gonna care about one YouTuber if it means that they get their name out there in this type of way.
Using a company by the name of Good Times.
Fire marshal. I don't blame Tana for this, I absolutely blame Good Times. I blame Good Times.
So do you think that there was no free tickets? Do you think that was a scam?
I think so. The whole thing was just about money. It's the saddest thing because it's so many people came there with hopes of meeting just their favorite creators and just being there for Tana, being supporters, doing what they did.
That's the whole motto, to meet your favorite
that was the whole
fucking creators.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
And you're loved here, and you're a featured fucking creator here, okay? Now, I love you guys. I hope you have a lit-ass weekend at TanaCon. You're not gonna get kicked out of here unless you do some stupid-ass shit.
So are you shutting down the whole event, or are you shutting out who's here?
I think we're shutting down the whole event.
Now I have to interview that guy.
Which guy is that?
The CEO of Good Times, Michael Weiss.
What would you say to him if you could say something?
I would say, were we as fans and the creators, were our safety and well-being considered first? Was that the #1 priority? Because if it was, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah. So as I was talking to the girls who came over, I got a phone call from Tana, and I went to the other room, and she was just freaking out. Andrew came over when I was talking, and we started recording the phone call.
Yeah, I mean, we were trying to hold out.
She didn't know we were filming, and here's that.
I realize this is wrong, and like, yes, it doesn't matter my intentions. Like, people have to get responded. Things have to be wrong. Michael can't keep doing this to people. Chris can't keep doing this to people. Like, just everything. Like, I get it. I understand where you're coming from to the fullest extent.
I think, you know, after talking to these kids, it's like they just want to hear us talk about it. They want to hear you talk about it. Even if you don't know everything, they just want, like, more.
I agree. And I've been really afraid for the past 2 days about saying anything negative about Michael or Good Times, because it's like, no matter how dirty they did me, like, it's my fault. Like, I agreed. I should have listened to people who told me not to work with him. I should have done better research. Like, you know, like, I just don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, do I talk about the fact that I was lied to about, like, venue and capacity sizes? Do I talk about the fact Michael literally got people from Anaheim, like Marriott, to lie to me about that? Do I say those things, or do I just take full blame?
I think we say everything. I want to interview Michael, too.
No, he flew home right after and, like, left all of us here without transportation back to LA and, like, all the, like, people and, like, all that kind of stuff. Like, I want to go back and pay talent for their time. Like, I feel so bad for Gabby's show. She's so upset. I don't even know what to say.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Anaheim.
Well, I think we have to do this tonight. I think we have to get this out as soon as possible.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm, like, terrified. Like, I feel like I just don't have the answers that everyone wants. I only can say what Michael told me, and then I went and did my best to, like, research. Like, I sat through the meetings, he had people tell me everything, you know what I mean? Like, and I believed him.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucked up. It's fucked up that my fucking fans had to go through anything like this. Like, it's so fucked up.
So Michael's not around.
And I don't know what to do to make it right, but obviously, like, with any of your help, I trust you.
Yeah.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
You think that this should be my response, like your video?
Yes.
Okay, I agree, because that's what I'm so afraid of, is I think with other things in the past, I go very, like, impulsive and just say everything, and, like, I don't want people to be like, you don't know what you're saying, you're lying, whatever. I want to, like, just be able to talk and, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think people trust me enough, and they know that I'm not gonna let you bullshit, and I'm not gonna bullshit, so.
What do I have to do to fix it, though, with the people that bought tickets? Like, what? I'm just terrified. of letting the people who love me the most down. And I did, and I don't know how to come back from it. And I'm terrified.
Well, we're gonna do it. I got you.
I love you, Shane.
I love you.
I don't know why you even have it in your heart to give me a chance and a platform to talk and try to make things better. Like, you are the best person I will ever know, and thank you.
Of course, I love you. Keep me posted, okay? Please, please keep me posted.
Okay, I will.
Okay, I love you. Bye. He left town?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, where did he go? Where does he live?
Let me text that guy. What the fuck?
That sounds like Bernie Madoff.
Bernard Madoff has just been sentenced for the biggest investment fraud in Wall Street history.
Okay, I just texted him and said I'm doing a video about all of this and I want to interview all sides and make sure it's balanced and not bullshit. Are you around today for an interview?
Michael?
I mean, even if it's just like
a phone call or something.
Oh my god.
What?
I just got a text. Oh my god.
There are thousands of people crying in their hotel rooms and she's just fine in her Gucci boots out party. Like, why do people look up to that? That sounds really mean, though, like.
There's so much more wrong than the people outside, and that's the first problem, that you think that that's the only thing wrong. Well, I still love you, down is so heartbreaking.
Well, this is taking quite the turn. Oh my god. I just texted him and said I'm doing a video about all of this and I want to interview all sides and make sure it's balanced and not bullshit. Are you around today for an interview?
Michael?
The CEO of Good Times, Michael Weiss.
I mean, even if it's just like
a phone call.
Oh my god. What? I just got a text. Oh my god. The police put out an official statement saying there was only 4,000 people outside.
Just right now?
Yes.
I'm gonna give you the exclusive statement that I got from the Garden Grove police. There was approximately 4,000 to 5,000 people at most. There was not 20,000 people there.
That means that there was 1,000 people inside, just like they said, and then 4,000 people with paid tickets outside.
The hotel ballrooms where the event was scheduled could hold a maximum of 1,000 people. TanaCon had sold 4,000 tickets.
What's going on?
5,000, yeah.
Literally exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
There was no permit for this event.
Like, this is a fucking scam.
I want my money back.
And somebody needs to be held responsible for this.
I just read the police statement put out that there was only 4,000 people outside.
I 100% believe that. There's not a chance in hell it was 15,000.
I've never seen 15,000 people in my entire life, you know?
Oh my god,
Tina
I
said
don't
herself that nothing in Anaheim other than VidCon could hold that many people.
Yeah.
How could a parking lot? I'd love to see another statement from Good Times. I can't wait to see what they say next.
Me too. I don't even know where they are.
Our medics treated a 14-year-old female minor who was knocked down by the crowd. She was taken to a local hospital for minor injuries.
Okay, I just got a text from Michael. I was like, hey man, just letting you know everybody's like saying a lot of things about you and I want to give you your chance. I want to interview you. Are you down for that? And he said, yeah. He goes, also, like, I'm working on making it a documentary. I have all the footage, and I think it's gonna be emotional and awesome. Literally, so these girls out there, they were like, oh, I think that Good Times wanted this to fail so that they could get press out of it and become, like, get promotion out of it or something, right?
Thousands of fans showed up to the first day of TanaCon, and things quickly descended into chaos.
Now it would make sense, because if they did want it to fail, and they were filming the whole thing, why were they filming the whole thing? Was the whole point of this to make a documentary and to sell it to Netflix or sell it to somebody and get promotion and make a documentary? Like, it literally, right? That's what it sounds like. Why else would he?
No, I think they oversold tickets and then they're now trying to turn it into something because they need to make money to try to pay kids back. And they're scamming.
This word has been easily thrown around lately, but I think I need to label Tana Mojo's event a scam.
You scammed people out of their time, out of their money. It is a scam. You stole things from people.
That's crazy.
So are you gonna interview him?
Well, he's not, he fucking left town. The second it happened, he got on a plane and left.
Where did he go? I don't understand. Where does he live?
Where he lives.
Where does he live?
I don't know. Just like, what does that even mean? Well, Tana supposedly is coming back from Anaheim. I mean, oh my god!
Did you really say that unironically?
I didn't know I said it. Wait, that's the title of the documentary. Anaheim.
I put my soul out there.
This is crazy. It's like I'm inside of a conspiracy. Oh, Tana's calling.
Hi, I'm sorry for calling you again. So Michael's talking to you?
Yeah, he's not in LA, but he wants to do an interview, and he said he's already working on his own awesome documentary about this whole thing. Why would he say that?
You know what's funny? So Hunter, my videographer, has been filming stuff for my YouTube channel, right?
The last scene with Bella and Tana.
And Michael's videographer, Phil, came to him and was like, everything you film this hour to be filmed, and we will do everything to get it. You can't have any of your footage, it's for our documentary, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, what? Like, all of these influencers that, like, Michael manages, like big influencers came up to me and they're like, we knew this was gonna fail from the beginning, like, but that they were too afraid of him to tell me before.
Whoa,
Which
somebody
is
said that.
fucking nuts.
Oh my
And now I
god.
have to look at him. I'm surprised he's even talking to you.
I mean, I'm gonna do that interview with him. Do you want to, oh my god.
If you interview him, I'm down to be there. I'm down to literally, because I know Michael is going to try to say you didn't fucking say all of the shit.
Then let's fucking do it.
I hate that this ends up, like, I don't want to put the blame on anyone else. It's still my fucking fault, you know?
It's 100%, and you're gonna take the blame and say all that, but still, like, there is some crazy shit. People know there's some crazy shit going on. I think, should we just plan on 9 p.m.? Cool. Okay, all right, I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. He literally is trying to own all the footage. It's crazy. I'm in a conspiracy. How did this happen?
You also can't just write this off on him, though. You have to critically interview Tana.
Of course. No, I'm going to do that as well. Obviously.
I mean, that is crazy. I'm just saying, like, you can't just write her off immediately. Like, you have to...
No, she fucked up. She knows that, and I'm gonna grill her on that, and I want her to know everything. But also, like, this is crazy.
You guys have no idea for these surprises that I have in store for you.
So then it was time for me to talk to Michael, and I was nervous, and I didn't know what to expect. And this is what happened. Okay. So, I'm gonna FaceTime Michael. So I got a list of things from Tana that she wanted me to ask him, saying things like he lied about the capacity size of the hotel, he lied about background checks and security.
The hired private security at the event could not handle the crowd.
I work security for TerraCon. It's crazy, as you guys can see. There's about 20 to 30,000 kids out there, and they got little me and my team out here trying to keep these guys in line. This shit is no joke. It is no joke. I think you have to go into the FaceTime app or something. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Is the screen recording?
I spelled his name wrong. Fuck. Hey.
I want to say something before you, if you're okay. The last thing I want to do is throw anyone under the bus, and I'm risking my career by potentially throwing someone under the bus that I work with, and I don't want to do that. But I do want to talk, and I do want to, like, answer questions and everything.
When you say you don't want to throw somebody under the bus, you mean Tana?
Perhaps. For the record, Shane, we filmed from the beginning to the end. Like, every piece of footage. I'm going to put the documentary out. If nothing else, just now to help clear up everything. The first scene is Tana and I on the phone talking. The second scene is, like, me going to Tana's house and then Bella's house. And, like, we have everything. From the beginning to, like, me literally breaking down crying, trying to find a venue Friday night, and, like, everything in between. So I'll gladly share you anything that you need for your video or whatever.
Why were you guys documenting everything?
We wanted to document the experience. We thought it was going to be amazing. Like, why would we not make a documentary?
Then she needs to give everybody their money. Yes, yes.
So that was one thing that I heard today, which was that you guys wanted to own all the footage, even Hunter's. Like, is that true?
Yeah, well, we not obviously, like, it was never like we own every right to everything. From outside sources, yeah, we just wanted to control it because we wanted to make a documentary on it, you know? So, like...
Right. Okay. I think the main thing is, and the reason I was so confused, it didn't make sense to me, before I even talked to Tanner or anybody, that venue is so small. Like, it didn't make sense.
The Marriott told me to my face that it will hold right around 4,000 people, because we were doing all the ballroom space, the main ballroom, lobby, the restaurant basil we had bought out for Saturday meetups. For the record, we are looking into litigation against the Marriott. This has cost me everything. Well over $700,000 on the event alone, not including Tana's reputation, your reputation, all of our creators. At the end of the day, Marriott fucked us over.
We're not blocked off from the rest of the hotel at all, so I feel really bad for the actual guests that are here.
We're 100% going with litigation against the Marriott.
Now, I think one other thing that was confusing was, where did the number 15,000 people come from? Because I don't believe that for a second.
We know that there was well more than 10,000 people out there. I don't know exactly what that number is, but based on, like, what was inside, and basically when that first 1,000 people came in, that should have been 1/5 of the crowd. Like, we knew exactly the multiplying out. We've done it before. Everything was registered, and it wasn't. Like, it was, people were asking to buy tickets at the door. People were asking for this. Like, it was, that's what caused a delay. And in hindsight, we should have had a separate line that was for non-purchase tickets, because I think there may have been an impression that you could get free tickets there, and clearly that was not the case.
So you guys are claiming that there was security, but I've interviewed multiple people who were there who said not only were their bags not checked, their IDs weren't even looked at.
I didn't even need to show them my ticket. I was like, oh yeah, I have VIP, and they like gave me a badge and let me through.
When I went through the list that somebody sent me, your assistant sent me of the people that RSVP'd for my meet and greet, it was only like 390 people, and the girls I met today that showed me proof that they did RSVP, their names weren't on the list. So everything just seems so confusing, because I'm like, what is this? Like, there clearly was like, if it was just like, oh, we fucked up, we didn't know what we were doing, this was way out of our hands, like we shouldn't have taken this on, that's one thing. I think what people are confused about is like all the lies. It's like, oh, we had really good security. Like, no, you didn't. Oh, we had background checks. Oh, we had multiple lines. Like, no, there wasn't. It was just one line. Oh, there was like a crazy mob of angry 12,000 people. Like, no, it was probably mostly people that did buy tickets, and like there wasn't really any free tickets. Like,
have you seen anyone with like a regular free badge? Everyone's had VIP that I've spoken to.
All the free giveaways, like, was that just not real? Was it like, you know what I mean? There's just so many things like that are confusing that Tana isn't able to answer, and maybe she is, and maybe she's lying to me. That's what I want to get down to the bottom of. So it's not even about throwing people under the bus, it's like, what the fuck happened?
And I know you're concerned. I'm probably more concerned than anyone. I wanted this event to succeed more than anyone else. Like, I spent money that I didn't have. Every line of credit that I could access, I did it because I believed in Tana. And I believed in every possibility that like we could do this, and Tana's vision would, you know, be a success. And I'm going to lose everything over this.
So like, what do you mean when you say that? So you put in your own personal money into this?
Like, I am the sole owner of Good Times. My money is everything, I guess. Like, it's expensive to throw a convention, and I would be the last person to want this to fail. And I get that the fans are upset. Yeah, I am more upset than you could ever imagine. You don't understand, Shane. It is so heartbreaking, and I'm going to lose everything. Like, everything. And...
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How old are you?
21.
Oh my god. How did you get into all of this? How long have you been doing this?
I started my business when I was a 17-year-old high school student. We did shows that were sold out across the country back when like Vine was big.
Hey guys, what is up? It is Female Seacrest at Playlist Live Orlando with Michael Weiss. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good.
We used to do shows with like, I don't know, Taylor Kniff and like Jacob Whitesides, all the marathon kids. And they just scaled up and grew, and over time, you know, we moved into talent management and we had new divisions go up. This is ruining my relationships with people that I've worked with in the industries for years. I'm shaking violently. Like, I'm shaking right now. There's nothing I can do about it.
Why? When you said that you didn't want to throw Tana under the bus, because tonight I'm going to go in, I'm going to talk to her, and I'm going to at some point call you with her, but I want to like get to the bottom of it with her. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I want the truth, you know. So when you say you don't want to throw her under the bus, what do you mean? Is there something that nobody's saying? Is there something that nobody knows about? Was this her plan? Like, what was this?
We were all so excited and so happy and like full of love and joy. We were all doing this for the right reasons.
So your birthday party on the 22nd?
Oh yeah, we have to have creator parties, and those have to be like legendary.
Oh yeah.
Only because of their...
No, it was never anyone's plan for all of this to happen. Well, that doesn't even make sense. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
My career is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
It already is.
Do you think that the bottom line is this was just way out of your guys' realm of, possibility?
And when I first called Tana, I called her, I was like, let's fucking do it, girl. Like, we were all so hyped, like, let's throw TanaCon. We can make this huge, like, let's do it. The first thing I said was, do we have to do it at VidCon dates across the street? Can I put it in a different city and a different time? Let's have the time frame that we need to get the perfect venue so that everything's good to go. At the end of the day, we had no choice. Like, she wanted it during VidCon. Looking back, worst decision. If the Marriott believed that we couldn't do it, they should have never, ever, ever, ever let that happen. And also, like, for the record, everyone's talking about refunds. I don't even have the money from the ticket company. The ticket company is holding funds. Tana said, actually, let me not. I don't know Tana.
No, you honestly, I don't want to say to throw her under the bus, but I would say your truth because she's not making you look great.
I know she's not. I cannot deal with it, Shane. It's so hard. So hard. And, like, Tana telling people she spent hundreds of thousands of her own money? No. She didn't. Not $1.
I'm also so incredibly excited for the future of TanaCon and the future of making my event as cheap and free as possible.
We spent everything. We paid for everything out of my pocket, Shane. Like, I risked it all to make this happen. My house, my car, everything. I'm gonna lose everything. And I want people to, like, understand that. Why the fuck would anyone do this on purpose?
Yeah.
I can't really go tweet, hey, this is what happened. Number one, I don't want to hurt Tana, but at the same time, I don't know how much more I can take.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this is like your life, and you can protect Tana as much as you whatever, but like, I think the time of protecting Tana is over. I think we've all kind of done it for a long time, and you shouldn't let this, you know what I mean? It's like, you shouldn't feel like you have to, because this is like worst case scenario. You know?
I know, and it is the worst case scenario. Let's just reschedule the entire event for January. We didn't even know. Everyone was waiting for this statement. No word from Tana. Well, I'm crying that I just lost everything that I had, trying to find a solution to make everyone happy. They were both drunk at Studio 71. I'm sure as hell not going to go to a party after we just canceled this event the day before and try to fix it. Like, that was a huge pivotal point. We had basically 12 hours to find a solution.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting in this boardroom with us, like me and my staff did not sleep for 2 days straight at that point. They were out acting like everything was good, I guess.
Well, I saw that she was on vacation, like literally the day before, like the week before.
She was in Hawaii.
We're in Hawaii. Mahalo, bitch. Mahalo. Aloha. Mahalo.
And like, we're sitting here being like, we have a month to do this. You are in Hawaii? And it's like, okay, have fun, we'll do it, we'll figure it out. Like, our team's gonna just kind of make decisions. I prefer you not use a lot of this footage of me throwing Tana under the bus because I love her to death, and it's gonna look bad. Every character's gonna be like, oh, we don't wanna work with Michael because it's gonna throw me under the bus. But like, Shane, I'm damn near suicidal over this. Like, this is really, really hurting me. And people don't understand that. Tana doesn't understand that. I'm more hurt than probably you, than Tana. I don't know what else to do.
Then that's why I'm doing this. I mean, my goal is to give some reality checks to people. I think people...
She's gonna be mad, and I want to, like, hug her in person. Like, Tana, this is where we made a mistake. Like, loving and, like, coming from a place of love, not a place of anger. Well, and I'm sorry that you've had to experience it. I'm sorry Tana has to. I'm sorry the fans had to.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you definitely put out apologies and statements faster than she did, and that kind of says something, so.
And we were trying to do it even faster. Like, our team wrote them as soon as it happened. Like, what's the plan? We couldn't get a response. I've got to figure out what to do. Like, I'm looking at bankruptcy. It's going to probably ruin my life for the next 7 years.
Well, I'm glad that we're doing this.
You know, at the end of the day, the liability falls on me. And not Tana, not anyone else, me.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me this chance to explain myself, because I can't really, like...
Oh my god, I feel my heart right now. It's like crazy.
Oh my god.
I know, if the camera shakes, sorry.
Okay, she says she's coming down. You think Bella Thorne's gonna be there?
Maybe, actually.
Bella Thorne comes out, she's so smart. She's like, I talked to the fire marshal.
She rescheduled everything and coordinated everybody's schedule.
She's like, I've already planned the next TanaCon, it's gonna be fine, 10,000 people, no problem. Bitch, I'm Bella Thorne. Got to her still in Anaheim, like, where am I? This is a good time to show you my phone background. It's Ricky Dillon holding up a big T.
Oh yeah.
That's me right now, honestly.